Hey guys, this is Kristen with Mermaid Wax. I'm going to go over how long waxing should last. Now before I jump in, if any of y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment down below or like and subscribe. I always love chatting with you all, so don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions whatsoever. Okay, so how long does waxing last? So maybe you're interested in waxing and just curious, or maybe you had just started getting wax and you're not sure exactly how long you should make between your appointments. I'm gonna help because the answer is not the same for everybody, so it can be a little bit tricky. Now, waxing is a phenomenal service because it keeps you smoother for so much longer when compared to shaving. So with shaving, you are cutting the hair at the surface of the skin. So it only lasts for about a day. Sometimes it lasts less than a day, depending on how fast your hair grows. That's why they call it the 5 o'clock shadow. But so you're cutting the hair right off at the surface. And that means if you want to stay smooth consistently, you have to shave every day. If you're anything like me, you might get really bad razor burn. I get terrible razor burn. Me and razors do not mix well. So if that's the case, you can't shave every day because you're going to irritate your skin even more. Now that's where waxing is amazing. So with waxing, we are actually pulling the hair from the root. So you're pulling that entire hair out of the follicle so no hair is left behind. This is absolutely phenomenal. And on average, you should stay about hair free for about 2 weeks. So it lasts so much longer than shaving, weeks longer than shaving, which only lasts for a day, which is terrible. So when you first start waxing, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Maybe you have been shaving up until this point, or maybe you just haven't done any maintenance up until now and now you're starting to get waxed. Your hair growth cycles are going to be all out of whack. They're going to be all over the place. That's normal and it's okay. But don't be shocked is after your first wax appointment, if you see random hairs popping up after anywhere from a couple of days to like a week. It's totally normal, and this is because your hair growth cycles are not in sync with one another. It takes a couple of waxes between 2 and 4 to get them all on the same hair growth cycle. But once you get all your hair growth cycles on that same wavelength in sync with one another, then all the hair will be able to grow in at the same time and then be pulled out at the same time, and you will stay smooth longer. So like I said earlier, normally you're smooth, hair free for about 2 weeks. Also, when you are waxing, the hair that comes back is going to be a softer and finer baby hair. So it's not going to be that like prickly, thick hair feeling that you get with shaving that we all hate. The hair itself is softer and finer. So when it does come back in, it's not nearly as annoying as it was when you shave. And I myself with waxing don't experience any issues with razor burn because we're not using a razor. So that alone has been absolutely phenomenal. Another benefit is with waxing is that we're killing off a lot of those hair follicles. So whenever you get waxed, each time the hair comes back, less hair is actually going to grow back in. I have been getting waxed for about 14 years now. So the amount of hair that I have is like 1/16th, 1/20th of what I started with, what I used to have. And that's because I've been waxing my hair out, pulling my hair out for so long, that a lot of those hair follicles have just died off, and they don't grow hair anymore. So now when I get waxed, when I wax myself, it's so much less painful, compared to like the first or second wax, because we're pulling out less hair. So if I can convince you at all, it would definitely be if you are shaving and it's driving you crazy, then start waxing. Now, the best time to get waxed, most clients will wax anywhere like around 4 weeks, but the sweet spot that I call it is to get waxed between 3 weeks and 6 weeks. Now, if you try to get waxed prior to 3 weeks, the hair that's growing just isn't going to be long enough for the wax to fully adhere to and pull it out from the root, so you can break those hairs, which is not a good thing. If you were trying to break them, you would just shave them. And then if the hair is too long, then whenever you put the wax on, it can actually pull those hairs, which just cause a lot of discomfort. And you also might get into multiple hair growth cycles, which mean after 6 weeks, even if your hair growth is all in the same cycle, the next layer is going to start coming in because it's used to the other hair being pulled out at that point, if this makes sense. So yeah, the sweet spot with waxing is between 3 and 6 weeks. And if you stick to that schedule, everything will join together as one and you will stay smoother for longer. So I hope this helps, but on average, like I said, wax between 3 and 6 weeks and you should stay hair free for about 2 weeks. And I hope this helps everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.